Welcome back to D-Living. As you sat in the comforts of your home watching the Oscars on Sunday night, did you know that there were 8.9 million tweets during the telecast? Now, if you were a part of this trendy movement, then you know why it's so effective. But if you're not sure what the hype is all about, we're going to share tips on how you can translate this into profits with your business. And John Kaufman from Advice Interactive Group is here to help us do that. Hi, John.
How are you?
Okay, so the Oscars and Twitter, they're almost synonymous now. Like, people really get on Twitter. So some of the top moments: Adele singing Skyfall.
Yeah, 82,000 tweets per minute. I mean, if you look at that compared to the Super Bowl or the Grammys, that's just a ton. I mean, she did phenomenal. Absolutely.
Incredible. And then when Jennifer Lawrence fell.
Yeah, that was hysterical, and she handled it gracefully. And of course, I'm not the entertainment critic, but on Twitter, she got a lot of support from her audience and from her viewers, just talking about how great she was, and they love her.
Yeah. Oh, she had such a fun, spontaneous
Absolutely.
speech. And then First Lady Michelle Obama.
Absolutely.
That was a neat surprise.
Yeah, there's a funny tweet about that we'll talk about later. It looks like we'll get to, but it was quite a surprise. Obviously, a lot of political junkies enjoyed it, and it was still the heart of some controversy in the Twitter universe.
Right. So. People are always going to love or hate something. So
Absolutely.
Let's talk about some of the notable tweets that went on. There was one by Katie Couric.
Absolutely.
There it is.
So this was one of the nice ones from Katie Couric, talking about Barbra Streisand singing on the Oscars. So this was a really fun, nice example of some of the tweets of the evening, which there were many. There were many. So she does a great job. She always talks about different news, various entertainment things. So she's always out there.
Well, and before we get to our next tweet, I want to know, why do people like to do this? Why do people like to comment so much, do you think?
I think people like having a natural conversation. I think Twitter has become more and more popular from Facebook because you're not necessarily sharing a bunch of totally random information with a lot of strangers or even your close family, depending on how you use it.
Right.
You're talking to people about topics that interest you, that are trending around what you're interested in. People use it for businesses, people use it for their individual knowledge base, for making friends, whatever it may be. From a business perspective, though, it's great. So listen to the audience. We talked about that last week, and hear what your consumers are saying about your product, but also to use it from a sales perspective, where you can go out and actually align yourself with some other big influencers in whatever it is that you're doing, and talk about how you align nicely with those
Help get the word
products.
out.
Absolutely.
Well, so one of our next tweets was from NYT Movies.
This is the New York Times.
Yeah.
So the New York Times is always quite controversial, and obviously the McFarlane joke that he talked about, the actor. This was probably the most controversial topic of the entire Oscars. Some people thought it was hilarious, some people didn't. I tend to find on social that when they're talking a lot about it, it tends to be more towards the negative side of what they really want to comment on.
Right.
You could take it for what it's worth. Obviously, sensitive subject to some, but it was meant for humor, and obviously New York Times didn't take it that way.
Totally thought it was funny.
I agree with you.
All right, we've got one more notable tweet from Kristen Q, who's actually a presenter, I think, on The Price is Right.
Yeah, this is my favorite tweet. There were thousands that we went through and we looked through on celebrities, and Kristen isn't necessarily a well-known celebrity, but the actual presentation by Michelle Obama was played by Daniel Day-Lewis, obviously a testament to Daniel Day-Lewis's acting skills. It was a lot of fun. She did a great job with it, and she has taken so much good press and good publicity from that exact comment.
That was
she was
clever.
listed on the USA Today's one of the top trending tweets. So she did
good for her.
She did excellent.
That's
Absolutely.
really
Way to get
cool.
your name recognized out there.
Good job, Kristen. All right, so now we're going to talk about some questions that we were sent by viewers that they have about Twitter. And one of them is, how do I get more people to review my products or service or business?
Yeah, so this is a question we get all the time. We want more people to go onto Yelp or to go onto Google and review, our product or our company, if you're a lawyer, a doctor, whomever it is. Just ask people. Go out there, present something informationally, give them an iPad when they walk into your service and say, hey, did you have a great experience? If you look at what people review, they're more prone to reviewing negative things just because people have a gripe and they get on a review. You look at Carnival Cruise Lines. Carnival's done a good job of going out there and saying, hey, review what it is that we've done that you liked. And actually, if you get past some of the media side of it, where they're really looking for that dramatic angle, you can get towards some of the really positive social comments about how well they handled it. So The best answer I have for that is ask.
It's
Don't
just
be
to ask.
afraid to ask.
Keep it simple and
Absolutely.
just ask. All right, the next question real quickly is, I'm trying to get more keywords to rank for my business. What's the best way to do this without paying a fortune for SEO? Because that can get pretty pricey.
Sure. Okay, so we're an SEO company. That's part of what we do, and obviously that's a big part of what we serve with our clients. But yes, it can cost a lot, anywhere from $5,000 to tens of thousands per month to do.
Right.
So when people ask us that question, we often say, write a blog. You're looking for unique, you're looking for up-to-date, relevant content.
Right.
Don't write about something and you're trying to pitch a product. Write about something that's interesting to the audience. If you're a doctor's office, talk about a particular healthcare bill that is impacting you. Write about a particular new drug that's come out that may be important to your life. If you're a lawyer, write about a recent law. Tax attorney, write about a recent tax law, whatever it may be. There's a lot of different things that you can do in the blogosphere to really keep up-to-date, fresh content there, which will really help from a keyword standpoint. Make sure you're using the keywords that are relevant to what people are actually searching for online.
And then as the business grows, they can hire you.
Absolutely.
To keep it going.
Absolutely. That's exactly right.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, if you have a question for John and the experts at Advice Interactive Group, you can tweet them at Advice Group, #BizVisible, or go to their website at adviceinteractivegroup.com/TV. And you can also let them know that you'd like to be a featured guest on one of their segments. They can be reached at 877-692-7250.